Developing tonight, new attempts to demonize the Supreme Court's decision in Hobby Lobby, a case which upheld some corporations' religious rights to not provide coverage for 4 out of 20 forms of birth control. Now, Planned Parenthood has launched a series of ads targeting lawmakers who support that ruling, like this one here attacking Congressman Cory Gardner, claiming he and Hobby Lobby believe your boss should decide your birth control. Kirsten Powers is a Fox News political analyst. She worked in the Clinton administration, so they're doing it because they think it's effective, but is it true?
I think this one goes right up to the line. It's one of those things where it's maybe not technically true, because what Hobby Lobby really said was that you would have to, it was up to your employer which of 4 contraceptives you would have to pay for. So it's not necessarily preventing you, theoretically.
You can still get 16. Hobby Lobby's still paying for 16 of your birth control forms, but not those 4.
Right, but not those 4. But I think the reason I say it goes up to the line is because I can see the argument that for a person who doesn't have a lot of money, telling them that you're not going to, the insurance isn't going to cover it, is the same thing as saying that they can't have it. So in that sense, I feel like it's not, you know, it's not necessarily untrue. It's sort of up to interpretation.
But what they say is that they believe your boss should control your birth control. What Hobby Lobby and these other corporations were saying is, we don't necessarily want anything to do with the birth control. But Kathleen Sebelius' minions went down into the basement and told us after Obamacare was passed, it wasn't even Congress that told us, it was the minions at HHS, that we had to cover it. We had to cover 20 forms. So, all right, we'll do 16, but we object to those 4.
Right. Well, look, I mean, as you know, Hobby Lobby wasn't really about contraceptives. It was about religious liberty.
Right.
You know, and I think that they've turned it into being about contraceptives, because the court wasn't ruling. Yeah, the court wasn't ruling on contraception. It was ruling on when there's a tension between the government and, you know, and a corporation in this case, and the personal views of the people who head that corporation, who gets to make the decision, and they ruled that it gets to be the conscience of the business owner. So the result of this, you know, them ruling in that way is that, you know, there are women at Hobby Lobby who will not have certain, you know, contraceptives covered.
Mm-hmm. But now some are claiming that, look, this whole claim that these drugs amount to abortion is false, because it's not an abortion like you'd get at Planned Parenthood at a table. Instead, and the Hobby Lobby never claimed otherwise. They said it ends a fertilized egg in some cases, and that we object to.
Well, I think there's disagreement on this. I think, you know, there are even some evangelical bioethicists who have said that they don't think that these are abortifacients. They don't think it can be compared to abortion. And so I think there's legitimate disagreement on it.
Planned Parenthood abortion. But the FDA labels, which I can put them on the board. We went through this last night. The FDA. This is from the brief that the government submitted in the Hobby Lobby case, says that these drugs work by preventing implantation of a fertilized egg in the uterus. And they go on and on. Plan B, Ella, all of them.
But doesn't birth control do that also?
No, most forms of birth control prevent the... Let me explain something. Let me take you back to human sexuality, 10th grade, Kirsten. The egg and the sperm need to unite in a beautiful union.
And
but some birth control cuts off
the
egg and some cuts off the sperm, but once they've united...
TMI, Megyn. No, but I thought that in some cases that it could do that. I thought there were like a series of things that birth control could do,
right.
but...
I'm going to have to leave it at this.
But
our little chat about the birds and the bees will continue, and then we'll post that on our Facebook page as well. Thank you. We'll be right back.